Many people assume that since the United States is connected to Mexico, we have many of the same traditions and customs. The truth, however, is that we are actually very different. Something I admire and think America can learn from Mexico is their views on family. Due to the fact that Americans are centered on success and wealth, we tend to put our careers first and families second. In Mexico, they are extremely family-centered and focus on their families first and then their careers. I believe we should learn to do the same and slow down a little bit to recognize what is actually important. Another Mexican tradition that is worth admiring is the way they celebrate and shelter their children. In the United States, we have a word for sheltering our children, and it's called enabling. Many find an enabler as a flaw and look down upon it. Why can't we realize, just as they do, that children are a gift from God? Americans tend to set their children up to be independent and figure out their self-worth and how to live their lives on their own. Wives in Mexico are expected to fulfill their roles as the wife. This is something I disagree with for the mere fact that I believe women should be liberated and can do any career as well as any man. I do not think women are called to clean and wait on a man hand and foot, but I think there is a balance to be found as far as being a wife, mother, and having a profession. Here, many children and women are called to fulfill both the mom and dad roles. As a child whose parents divorced when I was young, I'm a result of not having both parents present in the household. My life and childhood may not have been lived to its fullest extent. Hopefully, in the next few years, Americans can turn around their divorce rate and couples can learn to work out their problems rather than failing despite their children. I do recognize that there are factors such as abuse, addictions, and adultery, which would be logical reasons to pursue a divorce. But I believe we need to use more discretion in making the big decision. As a Christian, I do believe Mexico has a better outlook on living their life for God. They are forever followers of the Roman Catholic tradition, and they live their lives as doing everything by God's will. I believe that's what makes their marriages and families stronger than here in America. Americans, on the other hand, have a melting pot of religions. Freedom of religion is totally amazing. However, we tend to have the feeling that we are the masters of our own lives. For some reason, since we are such go-getters here in America, we begin to think we can control not only our lives, but others' lives as well. I am proud to be an American, and I'm grateful for all the United States is built on. I believe we need to take an opportunity and look within ourselves to see what is important and what is not. We do deserve a happy life, but we also need to realize that in achieving our happiness, others are affected.